How do I stay safe?
How do I stay strong? How do I stay creative?
What up? Who that? Number one obsessed dick rider or somebody I know? I'm cool with. Text up. Morning. If you secretly gay for me, don't text a damn thing. All right, so you secretly gay for me. Well, I have to let you know, inform you. I just got finished getting a blowjob, so you should probably come back later. My nuts are refilled. And my sack's refilled. Like I kind of drained my sack already. You could always just fantasize about sucking my dick. I mean, there is that option. Good. You don't know that fantasy ain't finna come true for you. But I'ma do what I do. You do what you do. I'ma sit here, roll some blunts. You sit there, be gay. Scared and cowardly. Because you act like you got a problem with somebody, but you ain't texting, so you must not really have a problem. You must really just be gay for me. Which is okay. It's alright. It's okay. Just expect me to talk to you this way. Alright, faggot? You and I both know you ain't no female. You just a dude acting like a female. Now let me guess. Ruger Q, is that you? Or Chaz Devlin, is that you? Which faggot do I have the honor of being in their presence? Oh, two. So it's both of y'all. Well, both of y'all. It's 5:35 for me. It's top of the morning. I got both of y'all up in Canada and New York. Man. Hey, Ruger. How long you been having this gay relationship going on with this older man over here? Hmm?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can try.
I'm trying to help them. Huh? Why is it that you don't moderate for none of the GPG members, but you got this older Canadian weirdo dude? Oh, I know why. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I was asking the question. I know why. I know why y'all have such a strong bond. You're both gay. One of you front like you got children and women and you don't. Now you were in a hospital not too long back, right? Ruger. Did Chaz come to visit you? Did he send you a get well card while you lied in your deathbed? Or hospital bed? Notice how all my wannabe fake ass enemies, obsessors and homos like yourself end up in the hospital? You ain't noticed that. You ain't noticed that. I have. don't try to bring no extra accounting here to make anybody think that you ain't less gay than what you really are. Ruger. Or Chaz. I've been watching you do that all week. No, it's just the two of y'all adding extra devices. I can do it too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can bump my views up to 7 if I wanted to. I really just want to have a moment here. Where you get to understand. It's like my day before Christmas gift to you twats. 'Twas the day before Christmas. Twats, it's Christmas. It's the day before Christmas. I'm willing to bet $1,000. I got some old 60-something-year-old man sitting here mad DDoS on my channel. Because he don't like black people. That's why Ruler Q's his only friend. And Ruler Q stuck here since 2015. D-riding the nigga like it's his job. Just because you don't text doesn't mean I don't know that you're there, you know what I mean? I see you faggots texting all the time right thereafter my stream is off. It's weird. Or shortly before it's on. So let's not play dumb like
white chocolate caramel squares.
You don't know who I'm talking to. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I understand why I become the object of your life. Y'all don't have a life. So you gotta study mine. That one light-skinned nigga with the white girl that you always mad at. Can't figure out how it happened. The one light-skinned guy that no matter what, don't need near one of y'all to get through. I ain't had to do nothing fake. I hold myself down. I don't need any validation or confirmation with any of you other online streamers. For nothing. I've had my obstacles in life, within life. Because life throws obstacles at all of us. But y'all didn't make it over your obstacles. I did. Roof over the head, check. Family, check. Health, check. Bruh, one of you got a house full of cats. It's gay as fuck. And that's definitely not well, maybe it's the Canadian dream. It ain't the American dream. Or while you're just as obsessed as the little immigrant up there with American lifestyle that you don't lead. Our president is not your president. people, our culture. It's not your culture. It's not your people. And Ruger, because you played fake cop as an extra on a TV show, and then front to us like you some sort of cop, and you gonna have the cops pull up, only constitutes and only shows, you know what I'm saying? Your weirdness and how much of a DDoSer you are. You the police. But you're not the police. You the police, but not the police. I figured some things out. Why y'all be so gay for me and shit? Look at any point in time along the timeline of my streams. There's always women involved in it. There's always some female or females come along, you know, they regularly here, woo wop, woo wop. Y'all don't get that, huh? So y'all get mad at me. I could understand if we were all in junior high school. Not really high school. You gotta start to mature in high school. I could understand if we were in junior high school. All this jealousy. But newsflash, we ain't in junior high school. And if we was, I'd have been knocked you in the face with the history book. I can't for the life of me understand why y'all can't get over the fact that somebody doing better than y'all. Like, why is it such a mental blockage for y'all? Hmm. 18 minutes. We do this every day. 18, 20, 10, 15, 30, 40, 50 minutes. Sometimes I ignore y'all. Most of the time I ignore y'all. But every now and then, you get combos like this, you know? And the narrative never changes, ever. My inquiry never changes, ever. Has not changed in, what we working on now? 2 years? My inquiries have not changed in the last 2 years pertaining to you weirdos that fly into my stream 5 minutes within my stream being up. Just sit there, just watch your TV, and listen to me continually, day in, day out, week in, week out, month after month. Ask y'all, you know, in different ways, why you so gay? For me, you can be gay, it's okay. But why you so gay for me? Like, must be the, see, this is my better side, right? I think. Must be the charismatic side that really keeps y'all attracted, coming back to a motherfucker. I don't know. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're not a weirdo or somebody who's secretly gay for me, text up. You know, good morning to you. Happy holidays. I'm just giving the gift that keeps giving. Information, knowledge. I think I'm one of the few streamers that forces y'all to think, really though. So, just something to think about. And let me add my disclaimer that I say every time. Disclaimer. If you're not DDoSing, if you're not some weirdo or gay, and sitting here within my broadcast, well, you could be my sis. You can be my sis. She's gay. It's okay. But as a dude, if you're gay,
How do I stay creative?
or you're sitting here DDoSing, or you're sitting here hating and mad at, what you see on your TV screen, text up about it. But if you're not, and none of that applies to you, text up. Good morning, how you doing? You might just be, walking in on the end part of the conversation that I be holding with my weirdos. Take no offense. But quickly separate yourselves from the weirdos and make your presence known. Weirdo or not. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, you're all weirdos. End of disclaimer. Now, well, I got the attention of 10 eyeballs. Move into my other part. My informative stream here. Now that we got our politics out the way, let's check it out. Let's check out and see what's going on with the world politics. Because I've learned from you weirdos. Y'all ain't finna say shit. Y'all too cowardly. I get it. Alright, where do we start? switch it up today. Give you a little Tucker Carlson. Pure sarcasm.
Cleveland Indians, for example, they're being eliminated. Under our new system, it's hard to keep track of what words you're allowed to use. Even Hillary Clinton, painfully sensitive. Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Relief is finally here. After tense negotiations and multiple rounds of televised theatrics, the Congress has passed a definitive spending bill. It's 5,593 pages long. It amounts to $2.3 trillion. That includes nearly $1 trillion in COVID relief. All of it comes right from the U.S. Treasury, which is busy printing it right now. That's a lot of money. On the other hand, there's a lot of need. Thanks in part to government lockdowns, more than 100 million Americans are out of the workforce tonight. 1 in 6 restaurants is closed. Huge parts of the retail sector are in tatters. J. Crew is in bankruptcy, so is Pier 1, Neiman Marcus, Brooks Brothers, Century 21, many others. So if there was ever a time that Americans need relief, it's right now. So be glad to know there is something for you in this bill. It is entirely possible that you could get a $600 check courtesy of the U.S. Congress. That money, should you receive it, is yours to keep. Do what you wish. Buy a moderately sized television set and watch the free channels all night if you want. Rent a Tesla for a day and drive it till the power runs out. Or splurge and order 2 full appetizers right off the tasting menu at the French Laundry in Napa. Tip not included. Whatever. The sky's the limit here. Go crazy. $600. All for you. It's good to be an American. On the other hand, it's also pretty good to be a Jordanian. This same bill, passed but not read by the United States Congress, allocates $500 million for border security in Jordan. That's enough cash to buy the French Laundry in Napa a couple times over. But that's not what the money's for. Congress wants to help Jordan build a wall along its 275-mile-long border with Syria. Apparently, Congress is worried about illegal immigration over there, and you can see why. Illegal immigration is illegal, and that's bad. And that's why Congress allocated another $250 million for additional border security in Lebanon, Egypt, Tunisia, and Oman. God knows those countries need it. Borders make a nation. Remember that. Except here, in the United States, which is unique among nations through history, borders are not relevant. In fact, borders are racist. And that's why this very same bill, which does so much for the Jordanians and the Egyptians and the Lebanese and the Tunisians and the people of Oman, defunds American border security. And ladies and gentlemen, we need that defunding. That way we won't be bigots. So the bill slashes funding for ICE detention space and blocks a request to hire more deportation officials. Excuse me. It catches in the throat. Immigration authorities in this country will have, I beg your pardon, 11,000 fewer detention beds starting this year. And if that hurts, imagine all of those people moving here permanently. They'll have to. Problem solved. It's not like they're trying to sneak into Jordan. Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy is excited about this. He bragged about it in a press release today. There's also, you should know, $33 million in the bill for what are called democracy programs in Venezuela, because we're experts on democracy. We're spending $231 million to help pay down the national debt of Sudan. And of course, that's another area of expertise for us, national debt. Meanwhile, the bill, and you want to know this for sure, spends huge amounts of money to diversify the workforce in our so-called intelligence community. That's another key national security objective. And just in case you were worried that American society wasn't yet divided enough, this bill creates two new monuments to the interest groups that have the most political power at the moment. So henceforth, the Smithsonian will create a women's history museum, as well as what's called the National Museum of the American Latino. And that's just here in America.
We talking now, straight bowling?
More for the rest of the world.
You up for conversation?
$10 million on what it
it's
calls
good to see you post more than a comment.
Now, Congress doesn't specify exactly what those are. Lindsey Graham seems to know, and he's thrilled about it. Watch Graham's enthusiasm this morning.
Pakistan is
all
a
I want
place
from the government
really
is for them to govern shit.
85 countries, a woman can't open up
yes,
a bank account without
600
a
is a slap in the face. That's
she
the
can't
name.
inherit property. If you're a young girl in Pakistan, life is pretty tough. So we're trying to.
That's
make
the name of the heading of what we watching.
The world.
So Lindsey Graham is worried about a lot of things, but he's really worried about Pakistan. He's not worried about the fact that Pakistan has built a vast nuclear arsenal. That happened during the Clinton administration. Graham was in Congress.
Not so much. Slap in the face and the shut up.
That's a minor concern, given that Pakistan is an unstable country locked in a permanent state of war with India. Lindsey Graham can handle details like that. Most statesmen can't. What concerns him most, what he's, quote, really worried about, is the state of gender roles in Pakistan. Now, Graham, who's never had a family, now imagines he's an expert on how the people of a country 7,000 miles away, whose language he does not speak, whose culture he does not understand, should be running their families. Lindsey Graham doesn't like how young people in Rawalpindi or Lahore too easily accept the customs of their elders. He'd like to shake things up in Pakistani society. He's got big ideas for how to create more enlightened Urdu-speaking households on the subcontinent, and he's going to use your money to do it. We're trying to make life better for women throughout the world, Graham announces. Like, of course he's capable of doing that. It's now on the list. Take out the trash, feed the cat, pick up spaghetti sauce, make life better for women throughout the world. It's all in a day's work for an American politician. Overreach, you say?
Smalls.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like Emily lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Did they?
Your A1C.
Oh.
Oh.
These are the same people who can't get the votes counted in a congressional election? Yeah. But they've got bigger aspirations than that. And
You're
those
on our
aspirations
political
are all
digest,
over
sir.
this spending bill. On one page,
Happy
you find
holidays.
tens of millions of dollars set aside to recruit and retain
You're on
women
our
in the
early morning
Afghan
political
army.
digest. You know what I mean?
But why is the U.S. paying for this? Is that something that will help the United States in some measurable way?
It was the night
Will it
before
help
Christmas.
Afghanistan? Why are we doing this? Well, the real reason Congress is spending that money, of course, is because
Twats,
crazed
it's gonna be
ideologues
Christmas.
and various interest groups and the federal bureaucracy would like to change one of the world's last remaining traditional societies. Someday, some unhappy 26-year-old American foreign service officer can write her master's thesis in gender studies on how she undermined the patriarchy in Southwest Asia. That's the whole point of it. Meanwhile, no one in the State Department or the Congress
you got
has
going
paused
on?
to think about what the Afghans think. The very same people who lecture you about cultural
Just
imperialism think it's totally irrelevant what the native population might think of this. And in fact, it's possible they may not consider this progress. Maybe they are happy with their ancient culture, unsavory as we may find
You had
it.
several gifts under the tree.
That culture existed 1,000 years before ours arrived. Maybe they'd like to keep it. Come to think of it, why would anyone in
real
Pakistan
tree.
ever take advice from us on how to organize a
I only
society?
like doing a fake
You
thing.
must allow market forces to destroy your gender roles, says a civilization that's become miserable by doing the exact same thing. Yeah, no thanks. Maybe they'll tell us to keep our money. But no matter what they say, we will not stop sending them our money. Foreign aid is the most effective possible way for the academic left to export its poisonous social program to the rest of the world. The Roman Empire built roads. We demand poorer countries become woke. Before long, our aid budget will consist entirely of advanced weapon systems for the Middle East and taxpayer-funded gender reassignment surgeries for Africa. And the State Department will be happy about that, and Lindsey Graham will celebrate it. But how will you feel about it? Well, who cares how you feel about it? You got $600, so shut up.
In just a few months, we've learned a lot more
about the COVID-19 virus.
It's real.
It's dangerous.
And we do know how to keep you
and your loved ones safe.
Wear a mask.
Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart.
And send the stimulus.
And to push the system even further over the edge.
This is one Christmas where that large gathering should not happen. If it does happen, people that you love may not be there for the
It's always funny, always.
Across the country, 11 states have seen an over 60% rise in...
It's always funny to watch fake people act like they care. Or watch fake people try to tell lies. Politicians, from politicians to people to hear, people you know. I've always found that humorous. We was doing good with no snow, but this morning, but not this morning, I wonder if you're gonna be able to ride the motorcycle to go get my shorty. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh. It's the day before Christmas. You need the snow. For that picture perfect Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays effect, you know what I mean? Just that image, the snow, it works. That's what it does. Now the fact that, like I said, 2 months before Christmas, looks like there might be a chance of Christmas being canceled. I called it. Here we are, day before Christmas, and they still talking. They just still talking. But make no mistake, they talking, but they talking about how they gonna celebrate their Christmas. They ain't talking about you and yours, me and mine, and how, you know, the rest of the world is celebrating, or the rest of the country. I'm on some fuck the world shit. The world seems to be doing good. They getting all of our money. They get the front row seat to watch the demise of the country. The world doing all right. It's America, kind of worried about. And how we just canceled Christmas across America. And this is a Christian country, you know. Tomorrow's God's son birthday, you know. I don't know. When I was a kid, I would have had snow in October. I had to get used to that here. I wasn't used to that when I was a kid. Snow in December, January, February, March. Maybe not March. So, you know, 2-3 months, and that was it. Living here, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they get snow in October. Damn near, I think I seen snow in August once here. Definitely September, seen snow. Doesn't seem normal. But I mean, I guess it also points out to what people have been saying for the longest. You know. What is it? the fuck? Climate control. Climate issues and all that. Two of which I honestly don't give a damn about. The planet will be here long after us, our children's 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 children. The planet will still be here, as long as we don't destroy it. And I would assume strongly, with this whole mandatory lockdown situation going on throughout the country and different countries, but ours particularly, we got less of a carbon footprint, less of a, you know what I mean, pollution footprint, because ain't nobody really been doing much. I mean, there's still people doing things, but out of 100%, 70 ain't doing nothing. Yeah, it's funny. It was definitely time for a revolution, and they closed off everything that Americans used in the last revolution, intentionally, so that there wouldn't be any revolution. Or if we were going to revolt, it'd be really difficult. See, in the last revolution, the people, like how we're on a platform here, the people got together in restaurants, taverns, and bars, all two of which is what is closed now. There'll be no gathering and talking and planning and none of that. And as far as it goes online, well, y'all already know. And if you don't know, let me tell you. You can't say anything. Too risky. Without there being some fallout from it. That's all these platforms. And that's all things politics as well. Along with the $600, there's a law that looking to pass that states if we were to gather on a platform and talk about politics and devise a plan together, well, then we can all be considered criminals. If we use one of the politicians' videos and depict it, you know, that's a whole felony. It's a felony charge now. To pass your opinion on politics. I mean, cut short and dry, pretty much. Rest assured, you can still pass your opinion. You just can't conspire with others, delve about it, and use audio nor visual content of any politician or government official like that. It's a law they just passed. Now, it's not COVID related. It's got nothing to do with COVID. It's got everything to do with stealing, robbing you of your... Because don't forget, you haven't heard about that in a while, right? Robbing you of your rights. Silencing your voice. I promise y'all, if it ain't the weirdos that I accuse, then it's Sony or PlayStation, I mean Sony or YouTube, is bigger than Nino Brown. They got agents following me around. They don't want me to get too revolutionary at all. Shadow banning is necessary with me, as I've noticed they've done the same with another good brother on here. I swear to God, peeped it over a year ago. And it's just me and him. It's just us two. Stream be acting all indifferent and shit. But we're like the only two that approach matters like these. So we're like the only two that are attempting to educate people. We go about it two different ways. He's more so the hardcore educator, you know. I am as well. I just go about it differently. He's good. Proof of what I'm saying. Let me double check. Exactly. Falsification of numbers, falsifying of the audience, shadow ban, and all that. Like I said, it's either some weirdo. It's weirdos in general, whether it's fellow streamers or YouTube and PlayStation. Working with some, I don't know, agents of some sort. So weird. Regardless. And they gay. But, hey Google, turn up 2 levels. You can see, I can, clearly. I see it with other YouTubers, I see it with other streamers, I see it in other platforms with other people in other forms. A good friend of mine showed me a long time ago, back in 2014, something about how they operate out here. Nefarious internet groups and what have you that move to conquer, divide, and control people. They got all that going. Nevertheless, it's the overall shit, just like the fucking stimulus. They ain't listening to the people. They ain't taking the voice of the people. They ain't doing what they want to do.
Tired of one-topping pizza deals?
And they get mad at the people, so they try to keep them down and keep them quiet. especially when the people speak out, i.e., myself and others. Ain't breaking my stride. Ain't breaking shit over here. I'll even break a sweat. But when we get to the next show, I'm sure he'll break it down even better. Me, no matter what the audience count, no matter what the scenario, I'm always going to be a teacher. That's by default. We got a little bit of time. Wonder what happened to Mr. Smalls and straight balling. No big surprise. How many times have I seen that trick? Ain't wonder why I've devised the idea that y'all gave. Back to y'all widow 1 and 2.
chores, buddy. Every day. Are you kidding me?
Which one of you has been eating all the Cheetos?
What?
Piece of Cheetos, Dave.
What? Oh, my bad. Y'all was waiting for me to finish what I was saying here. Real bitches, man. Stand on standby. And that's sad. I must really, really not have no life. Goddamn, 6:25 in the morning. Following me around and shit. Do know there's my show about to come on. Mm. 30 seconds shy of 1 hour in. Only one weirdo that showed up. He ain't saying enough to get a tall glass. Shut the fuck up just yet. You two fags ain't text up shit. So we good. Oh, you peeped that, right? Mission accomplished. God shouldn't have made me so swift. He did. Boy.
Christianity is for the masses to be ruled by. And this is why Judaism doesn't acknowledge Jesus Christ. This is why Judaism doesn't acknowledge any of a good majority of the Islamic prophets, because Judaism is for the elites to look down on the masses and govern them through that. And so, with that being said, let me continue on. Now, divine revelation, right? According to biblical scholarship and Jewish scholars, okay, the first people who were ever talked to by God were the Hebrews through Moses. Now, we know that none of this shit never happened, but I'm showing y'all something. So now what the elites did was they eliminated your spirituality, and then they came in with divine monotheism, with monotheistic religion, and then they said, you know what, we were the first people to be talked to by God. Because remember, Hebrews, Jews, and Israelites are all the same entity. And we know that Judaism, aka the Jews, their history is not factual. Their history is strictly founded upon biblical scholarship. So if you destroy religion, you destroy Judaism. I just did a whole lecture called Judaism Exposed. And so I want to show y'all something. Now, when you go to Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 through 6, and also when you go in the Torah or the Bible, because the Torah is the first 5 books of Moses, so basically it's the Old Testament, minus the New Testament. So when you go to the Torah and you go to chapter 19, verses 5 through 6, or you go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, all 3 of these passages in the Bible are God saying that the Jews are his chosen people. And so the people that's running the world have created a character called God, created a setting called monotheism, to which they use to make you eliminate your spirituality, to which they use to tell you it's only one true God. And then the same one true God that they allegedly created, which is a fictional character, they made that God acknowledge them as his chosen people. Now, why is this important? If you subscribe to the fact that a God exists, then you subscribe to the alleged facts. If you subscribe to the falsehood that a God exists, then you subscribe to the rest of the falsehoods by default, which come with it. So if you believe that there's a God in the sky, then you believe that God spoke to a chosen people. And those chosen people that are being alleged to have been spoken to by God are the Jews, aka the elites, aka the Illuminati. And so what these people did was they created a spiritual system and got you to subscribe to it. And by you subscribing to it, your subconscious mind is creating a reality that puts them on top due to you subscribing to a system that puts them on top. So let me give you an example. That's like if I create a character called Joe, and I say Joe is God, and Joe chose me and my family to be his chosen people. If you believe in Joe, then you believe that I'm the chosen people of Joe. And so also when you go into the Bible, it speaks about slavery. It says that it's okay to rape kids. It says all kinds of stuff in the Torah. Especially in that Torah. Even more so in the Torah than you do in the Bible, but most people don't read the Torah. So that being said, all of these horrific things that's going on in the world, these people are doing it to you because God said it's okay. God said black people in the Bible are cursed. In the Torah, it says black people are cursed. In the Torah, it say that black people have kinky hair and big noses because God put a curse on us. So it's called the curse of Ham. Go look it up. So with that being said, the reason that we have kinky hair and big noses is because we the descendants of Ham in the Bible, and we curse. So we're cursed. Black people are cursed and inferior, and that is the wisdom. And so even if you're not naturally a racist person, even if you're not naturally a bigot, even if you're not naturally a zealot, by subscribing to religion, you're going to subscribe to racism and some falsehood of conflict within society, because that is what these books generate. And so with that being said, coming back to the elites, everything that the elites are doing to the masses, they're doing it because we're allowing it, because we subscribe to the falsehood that it's okay because God said they could do it. God said that black people will be enslaved for 400 years, allegedly. Remember, they wrote it in there. So now when we get enslaved, we feel like it was okay because God said it. But really, God didn't say it. They said it. But they telling you that God said it so that you can believe that it's okay in regards to what they're doing to you. So when people say, oh, everything in the Bible that's happening is coming out, nigga, they wrote the book. That's like if I write a book and I say, on Thursday, I'm going to run in your house and tie you up and rob you. And then I make it a religious book. And then you be like, on Thursday, somebody going to come to my house and rob me. Then when I come in your house and rob you, you won't even fight back because you think it's divine revelation. But really, all I did was premeditatingly document what I'm going to do to you and blame my actions on a fictional characters or game. So that monotheism has been used, okay, to infiltrate the people. Now what happens is the Bible is based off astrology. Remember, holy means Helios, Helios means sun. Bible means Biblios, Biblios means Greek. The Bible literally means sun book. Psalms 89:11 says what? Or 84:11, one of the two. Says what? Our Lord God is the sun and shield. And so that being said, the Bible is based off astrology. Now the Jews' entire history is based off of the book of Exodus and Leviticus, aka those two books are where God allegedly ordains him as his chosen people through Moses, and that is also where Exodus allegedly takes place. Now Exodus never happened, so without Exodus there is no Judaism, there is no Hebrew, there is no none of that. Now why is this important? Astrology, right? The Jews have their own calendar. Now we live according to the Christian calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar, Gregorian, gargoyle, demonic entity, but I'll go into that in a second. Now, with that being said, we live according to the Western calendar, aka the Christian calendar, aka the Gregorian calendar. The Jews do not subscribe to that because Jews, aka elites, do not subscribe to Judaism. The Jews' calendar is called the Jewish calendar. And their first day of the year is March, okay? And they call it Nisan, month of Nisan, Nisan. And then the end of the year is February, which is called Adar, or Adar, Adar. And so the Jews, which also in the Bible subscribe, if you go read the book of Leviticus as well as Exodus, I can't pull the verse out of my mind right now, but go look it up. That's when God told the Jews that the month of Nisan, aka March, will be the first year of what you call the seventh great feast of the Jews, in order to remember him for delivering them out of Egypt through what is called the Passover, which never happened. And so with that being said, before I even go, you can see these people wrote a book demonizing, cursing the people of Africa, and then demonizing Egypt, and then making Egypt not only a false demonic, giving Egypt a false demonic narrative, but they start the book off with God killing all of the Egyptians and allegedly freeing 600,000 Jewish slaves out of Egypt, which never happened. And so now you got all of these black people who are scared to go into a portion of the culture of their ancestors because monotheism has demonized them. And so y'all see where I'm going with this? And so could you imagine being an Indian and then you're a Christian and then the Bible say that being a Blackfoot Cherokee is evil? Or being a Somalian, what you call it, a Seminole Indian is evil, and God killed all of them and freed the Jews out of the tribe of Seminole or the tribe of Blackfoot. So now you an Indian and you a descendant of Blackfoot, but the slaughtering of your ancestors, which is personified in this book, has turned you away from your own culture because you subscribe to monotheism. And so now let me continue on. Boom, now we in astrological manipulation. Now we know that every day of the week, right, is associated with a planet. Now let's stay on Tuesday, because Tuesday is Mars and we dealing with Mars right now. Every Tuesday, a planet gives off the gas, that gas.
Well, Monday is moon days. That's not technical.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I never understood why the work week and the school week started on Monday. Like, and when I was a kid, like a real little kid, I thought it was just Monday. What is Saturday and Sunday? And why are we on Saturday? Even though I'm glad we are.
He said we use the Greco-Roman or the Gregorian calendar. And once you see like how they took the old calendar that had 10 months.
I was waiting for it. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to say it. I thought it was gonna be easy, but
Bro, you always come with them. That's all the time. We took it from 10 months to 12 months, and then we had the leap year and all that shit. And the Greeks and Romans did all that shit. And then, like, reading some of the months, like August is for St. Augustine, and somebody else changed the name of a month.
January was from the name Janus.
And moved some shit around, and then the days of the week changed several times before it got to modern English. It was all like Saturn and...
I don't know who Janus was, but that's named after him.
Hold up, prominence. And what that gas does is it trickles down into the atmosphere of this planet, and we breathe it in. And then we digest it biologically as well, and it causes psychological and biological effects and reactions within our organism. And so March, what is the first year of the Jewish calendar, aka spring is the first year of the Jewish calendar. And the Jews feed off of the March, aka Aries energy, in order to keep the planet Earth in an intensified and warlike state. So Moses is what in the Bible? Moses, all right, that name was Amram, A-M-R-A-M, okay? And then you have Abraham in the Bible. Now, Abraham came before Moses. A-B means before. So Abram, aka, because they say the correct spelling of Abraham is A-B-R-A-M. So his name would be Abram or Abram. Now, Abram literally means before the ram, which was Taurus, okay? And then you have Moses' dad, which means, whose name is Amram. And Amram means on your way to the ram. And then Moses in the Bible is the ram. So this is why Moses in the Bible is doing all of this ritualistic slaughtering of the rams and things like that. And so this is why also why Jews blow the ram's horn, because they're dealing with the month of Aries, aka Nisan. The Bible is based off astrology and not literal. And so now why is this important? They're using the astrological energies and prominences to keep the consciousness of this planet Earth in an intense warlike state. All right, and you're doing this via opposition. This is why everything we do has God intertwined in it, because the number one source of all equal, according to the Bible, right? Because why? It monetizes nature. It puts a false numerical value on things that are actually free. The Federal Reserve Bank is not owned by it's owned by the elites as a private company. On the dollar, it says what? In God we trust. When you go to court, it says what? In God we trust. When you get arrested, you put your hand on the Bible and you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So what? Tell you God. And so everything that has to do with falsehood and indoctrination of your soul will always have God in the mix, because God is used to carry out the agenda of the people who are giving you God. And so not only are they giving you God and they set up this faculty, everything they do is ritualistically in alignment with astrology, aka Aries, aka the planet Mars, aka Tuesday, so that it can be in an intensified and warlike manner. 9/11, Tuesday. I mean, after 9/11 happened, when they went to war with the Middle East, it was on a Tuesday. Go look up every time a war pop off. It's on a Tuesday. So that being said, these people are using monotheism to make you not seek out spirituality or other cultures outside of their own wanting, and then they're using God as a divine excuse to make you subscribe to them, alleging that they're better than you. And so not only do all of these books curse black people and ordain racism, these books also say that the Jews are the chosen people of God. And so with that being said, when the elites and all of these people are doing the things that they're doing, they have wrote a book to self-hypnotize themselves to actually believe that they are the chosen people of this alleged deity. For one, and then for two, by us subscribing to the belief of one God, we are by default subscribing to the alleged falsehood. I'm gonna say alleged fact, but it's really a falsehood. But we're subscribing to the alleged fact that God did choose these people, and so now we get to make up excuses like or you got some dumbass niggas I've seen on the internet who even came out their mouth and went as far as to even say God enslaved us because he was punishing us. And so you hear a lot of people making excuses for things that's happening in the world due to the biblical puppet that's been given. And so God is a puppet, and the elites are the puppet masters who's puppet for God. And you think the puppet is real, but it's really insane. And so that being said, they take religion and they subscribe it to any agenda they want to push. Now they got a Queen James Bible, and I'm serious. It's called Queen James, and it's a Bible that's specifically rewritten and revamped for homosexuals. Why? Because they want to push the LGBT homosexual community. And so that being said, spirituality is adapted to any agenda that wishes to be pushed by the elites at that time. And whatever they want you to conform to, they just write it in there. And since you believe that God is writing these damn books, and you believe that what's being said in these books to take place is actually okay. And so they're using monotheism to get you away from your religion, also to make you subscribe to themselves as being the chosen people through divine revelation, and then they're using astrology to make sure that when they do public events or when they do make things happen in the public. It's in alignment with Aries, which is the first month of the Jewish calendar, aka Nisan, aka is a warlike and intense frequency in order to keep the planet in a state of intensity. And so astrology, as well as spiritual indoctrination, is being used to rule the planet. And so
yo, you see me that shit in that rat?
That was in New York.
Yo.
New York?
The rat looked like a little puppy.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Baltimore got some big ass rats, yo.
And that shit was walking around, not scared. It wasn't walking fast. It was walking like you and me, yo. This motherfucker like this, probably.
That's one of the biggest rats.
I swear to God, the rat was like a little puppy, like this fucking big, yo. And at first I'm looking at that shit, I'm like, that ain't no rat. That gotta be like is that a possum? It's something. When you look at his tail, when you look at his ears, it's a fucking rat.
I'm not gonna lie. When I go to New York, I stay out of fucking alleys. I stay towards the middle. I be out there and I don't be afraid of shit. And Baltimore,
I'm telling you,
Baltimore too. They'll get up in your car and chew up your. I can chew up all the wiring and all that shit. But I'm sure we eat that shit.
See it? Look at the picture. It's a rat. Look at the tail, yo. Look how big it is compared to the bumper of the car. That shit like a little puppy, dude. And that shit is not scared. It's chilling.
No, they're not scared.
That shit looking at the people like, what the fuck y'all staring at?
No, it's not.
He said that's an otter.
It looks like an otter.
The otter has a flat tail, man.
But there was one rat in New York, and that motherfucker was dragging a fucking slice of pizza. I was like, get the hell out.
I seen that shit, pizza rat.
Yo, that shit was crazy. Baltimore, so you place to get up in your car to get your tailpipe, you fucking chew your wires.
He said that's an otter. That's what I kept. I was like, yo, that can't be a fucking rat, bro. That yo, it's a fucking. That was a fucking rat, dude. I'm gonna punch that rat. Yo, what the fool? Get the fuck out of here. You would have kicked his ass and fucking cheese sauce when he came out that bitch. Otters live near rivers and streams. Well, that's what this sewer is. It's a big ass river, underground river. That's what the gators be doing. Motherfuckers getting some crazy shit. Just let it go in the city. Yeah, I ain't never seen no rat like that. I'm from the South. You're the biggest rat I've ever seen. It was like, maybe like just let it go in the city. But the tail was as long as that rat. The fucking rat was like this big, and the tail was like right as like one of the fucking body. Like, but that rat just now was like, what the fuck? The tail was just shit out there. So good. I'm just trying to work it. We start working from this side. Start moving it over this way. So I just want to get all that blue put in the sky. And now there's a lot of like gray and black out there. Kind of like pull these railings over. So New York.
Where do you work? That's like right
Trying to live it off big nuts. Alright guys, we're out of here. We got the. But this piece is, hey, this is gonna be a good picture. It's just a chill. I already got a name for it. Summertime in the city. You know what I'm saying? Just or something similar to that. I might try to shorten it up some kind of way. You know, motherfucker just chilling outside hot summer day. About to go have a drink and smoke some shit. But I guess it's coming along nicely. Work on this a little bit later on. Back over on some errands. Check that out. Nice fucking start, right?
There's our baby stars up there.
That's crazy, bro. I never think I have to have some fucking surgery. Until I watched Troy and thought you fucking Achilles. Yo, that one thing. Yo, that one scene though, he was like, Hector! I think that's my favorite scene. By himself coming to the fucking gates, calling this nigga out. Come the fuck out here and face me, bro. Hector! Hector ain't scared as a little bitch. Achilles was that dude, yo.